Cost estimating, basically, you are estimating the cost of each activity, the cost of the resources and everything. All the resources for every single individual activity. Cost budgeting, you aggregate the individual costs into a project cost. As simple as that. And keep in mind, you are working with an approximation because the name implies it. It's an estimate. Okay? Basically, you start with your activities at the very bottom. Imagine that you're working on the WBS. You have your big WBS with the lowest level being what? What is the lowest level of the WBS?
Work package.
Work package. Can you give yourself a point, please? عشانك انت. لا بس واحدة.
لا هذا بس عشان فرحان فيك.
اوكي. فكأنك تعطي حالك 4 نقاط.
مبسوط أنا.
This is اسمه. شكرا عبد. So, you start from the bottom line, the work package. But before you know the estimates of the work packages, you have to estimate the activities of every individual work package. So, this is my work package, and you have developed and listed all the activities. You determined what resources are required. You determined the duration for the resources, because if your resource costs 100 riyals per day and I need him for 10 days, it means it's going to cost me for that activity 1,000 riyals. This is how it's worked out. Okay? So I estimate the costs of the activities using the 3-point estimate, or using what Muayyad said the first thing when we started asking questions. He mentioned historical information. This is what we use historical information for, is when you are estimating duration or costs. You have the option to go back to your knowledge base, your corporate knowledge base, project knowledge base, and look for a similar project in circumstances and difficulty and the resources, etc., etc., and use the exact numbers, estimates. You have the option to do that, but we said it's not accurate enough. Not accurate enough. Okay, so I have my activity estimates. It gets aggregated or rolled up to the work package estimates, and then rolled up one level more and one level more to something we call control account. You don't need to worry about the naming. It's just something that is used for finances of the project. And in the end, when you get to the top level of the WBS, this is your project estimates. Are you picturing the WBS with me?
Yes.
The top level is the project. So when we get to that point, aggregate, that's your project estimate. Are we done here? Who thinks we're finished?
No.
Definitely not. Why do you think we're not finished? Because there is still room here, definitely. You must have guessed that there's something there I have to fill in, صح? After I come up with my project estimates, I should, this is good project management practice, I should add contingency reserves. Which means I need to give myself a buffer of money. In case my expenditure is more, prices go up, I need to pump in more resources, or whatever it is, okay? That gives you what we call cost baseline. Do you know what a baseline is? This is your basis, الأساس تبعك for cost baseline. So all these give you the cost baseline. Now, you as a project manager, your job is finished here. Truly, even though we still got some space. But you as a project manager, this is all you can do. This is your cost baseline. You give the budget to your the sponsor, the project sponsor or the project owner. What do? They add their own management reserves. Okay? They trust you. They're confident of your estimates, but they like to play it safe. Of course, some sponsors just ignore And this management reserve is under the control of,
Management.
is it the project manager?
No, the management.
Management, the higher management, and typically it's the sponsor, basically. That's why we said the sponsor is your friend. He controls the budget, he funds the project.
He's the boss.
Okay? Yes?
Okay, they have it reserved, just in case they need it.
Sure.
Let's say the project went well and they don't need it. Where does this go?
So reserve.
The reserve goes. That goes back to the sponsors?
It should go back to wherever they got it from. Of course, the sponsor did not take it out of their pocket.
Well, what do they call then? The management reserve back?
We really don't know. I mean, it depends on the organization, what do they call it. But imagine there's a pool of funds, okay, an account, for projects. Could be controlled by the PMO, if the PMO controls these things, if it's a controlling PMO or directive PMO. Okay? But where it goes, I mean, I really don't know. It depends on the organization. And to you as a project manager, you should not be concerned about that.
No, the reason I ask, because it might be like a, I don't want to say a loophole or yeah, some gap. No, seriously.
Some people misuse it, huh?
Yeah.
You never know. Some people may misuse it.
No, that's why.
And having said that, now, when you finish your project, now you as a project manager, you control this part, the contingency reserves. You put it, you control it. Let's say you have 100,000 riyals as a contingency reserves. You finish your project, you did not use that. You are allowed, of course, you may need to get approvals, but you are allowed to reward your team. Take them out and celebrate. Take them to dinner. And pay from this. The same thing goes for the sponsor. He is allowed to spend it, okay, to reward the team or something, you know, to benefit the whole organization. So what they do with it, it depends. That gives me, of course, the cost budget. So there's a difference, guys, between the cost baseline and the cost budget. This is just terminology for your information. For you as a project manager, this is what you're concerned with. And the project sponsor usually doesn't tell you about that. It's, you know, they like to keep it secret. But if you struggle and you spend all your reserves, you go begging to the sponsor, and they have, well, they really should. They have to make funds available for you. Okay, so this is called cost aggregation. As an example, imagine that this is my project. It's a very simple project. Perhaps this is the website, football website project, but it must be Barcelona's website because the cost is $102,000, not $500. These are my tasks. We said we start at the task level. We roll them up to the work package and roll them up and roll them up. And then we add our contingency reserves. We get our cost baseline as a project manager. On top of that, after you give it to the sponsor, they can add their own reserves.